Testing, testing, testing. Everything looked like it got reset. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's up, Pichanda? Hey, Nigel, you don't need to say that every show, bro. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Ebony? What's up, Buck? How you doing? Good to see you. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up, fam? We had a power outage here, and we had some issues. After that, everything went crazy. Had to reboot everything: computers, internet, soundboards, all shit had to be rebooted. Okay, thank you, Buck. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up, fam? Who said that? Yo, H. H Stack says, Tim, I hope you saw that clapback from Joe Budden. Yeah, I saw that clapback from Joe Budden. You know I saw that joint. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to thank everybody for being here, man. Thank y'all for the patience. I hope to make, thanks for the patience, first of all. And I'm going to be recording this stuff anyway, so we might as well record it live. You know, I hate when technical issues happen. But ain't nothing I can do about it, Johnson. One man show got to fix it on its own and make this shit work. It's a beautiful thing when it works, but when it don't, when the internet be interneting, that's when they get crazy. But it's all good. It's behind us. We in the house. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, Buck. Thank you, Cheryl. What's up? What's up? Blue Ebony. I got a blue Ebony and a black. Okay, just Ebony. Okay. Black Mamba. Okay, what's up, Black Mamba? Deborah Kennedy. Earth Angel. Yeah, so we in the house, man. I'm going to go ahead with that. Anthony McDowell, Christopher Frazier. I appreciate y'all coming through. X Shapiro, what's happening? XP, what's cracking? We good? We gonna be good tonight, though. We gonna have a good night tonight. When I have adversity, when things don't go right for me, man, I tend to rise to the occasion, fam. Yeah, that's part of resiliency. You know what I'm saying? The resiliency kicks in. And that's when we get to go to that dig down deep, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel good about it. Tonight's show, racist Republicans in the chat. By popular demand, somebody wanted me to cover that. Why not? In fact, I was going to cover it on Friday. It's just the show went 2.5 hours long. I was like, well, I don't want it to be a 3.5 hour show. So that was crazy. Be wearing out my welcome. But I do have it for today. And I didn't want to play music all night because people are like, Tim, you play music too long. I'll just start later. No problem. You ain't got to wait. I mean, you're still going to wait. You know. In fact, we're going to a new deal, man, where after 48 hours or so, I make videos private, make them for my Patreon members only, and make that a perk for the people, man. They can always come back and watch the show later. Yeah, give it up for that. That's a new one. But don't worry, I'm gonna make that announcement at the end of the show as well. So, yo, let's jump into it, man. We got so much to get to. I don't even know if we're on the same stream. If we are, that's good. If we are, that's good, fam. Man, it's gonna be hot, man. I already sense it's gonna be a hot night. It's going to be a hot night in the house, Johnson. Let me get this stuff out the way. I'm going to have some mugs going out tomorrow. I got some people that are Tim Black Wolfpack members who in their membership, they had a mug membership. So the mug members get theirs shipped out tomorrow. So give it up for my mug members. If you haven't checked your email, you're a mug member, check your email. I need your address. I got to know where to send your mug. So hit me up. I got a few. I didn't get them all back. Some people, I DM them on Patreon. I email them twice. This will be the third email. Like, man, what's up, man? Maybe I'm going to the junk file because I need to pay you. I need to give you pay for this. I can't give people what I owe them. That's bad. So I know it's not on purpose because you already paid for it. It's crazy. And I just don't want people to think I'm not fulfilling my obligation. That's all. Y'all ready to get into it, man? Let's do this. All right, so one of my longtime viewers, H Stacks, H was like, yo, have you seen that video? I can't play the video here because, well, you know, Joe Budden, I don't think he likes his content played on other shows. And I guess when you're the #1 black urban something he said he was, that's his prerogative. He don't need the pub. So just to catch people up, you know Angela Rye. Not to be confused with Angela Yee of The Breakfast Club. But just like Angela Yee, she is of The Breakfast Club. Joe called her a Charmanite. A Shalamite. Charlemagnite. What's up, man? Joe funny. But check this out, guys. Check this out. Okay, so just to bring people up to speed a little bit, we had a confrontation, an online back and forth, okay? An online clap back. Somebody clap back. Angela Rye on a Native Land podcast, along with Tiffany Cross, Bakari Sellers, and Andrew Gillum, we're having a conversation about intellectualism. And I don't think that's really what it was about. I think it was really about Marc Lamont Hill, but she made some comments, right? And basically, in a nutshell, she said, hey, Marc Lamont Hill got no reason being over there with them broke-ass Negroes, those, not broke Negroes, but with them, you know, stupid asses. Why is Marc Lamont Hill over there with the dummies? Them dumb YNs and the dumb ONs, OGNs. Why are you over there? Wasting his time, all that brain he has. He has all that brain. Why is he wasting his brain away on a bunch of shiftless YN, OG, YNs? Bunch of dumb N-words. You know what I'm saying? Why are you not over here with us? Or with smart people like us? And Joe Budden had a catastrophic clapback to that. And I want to give it up to the Native Land Pod because I forgot they were doing a podcast. I'm going to keep it a buck. I forgot you were doing a podcast. And it's kind of weird how things worked out for them because they go in on Stephen A. Smith. They get some air from that. Just so happened to have Bakari Sellers on the show. So that gave them more air because, I'm sorry, you know, Gillum is Gillum. What more can I say? That's Gillum. So, you know, a lot of people haven't recovered from the Gillum's past. So, anyway, they had Bakari Sellers, so that's an extra boost. Shout out to Bakari Sellers for being a G about a couple things. And so anyway, so there's that. And then on top of all off, they go on the Breakfast Club. So that's 3 things in a row right there, fam. And I don't know where you come from, but when things come in threes, you're like, okay, that's a good run right there. You got 3 things happen. But in true liberal fashion, in true vote blue anywho fashion, somebody got full of themselves. Somebody got full of themselves. As much as they hate Trump, they started to get like Trump because we had so much winning. You ain't gonna like it. It's gonna be too much winning. You're gonna get used to winning and winning and winning and winning. And I think that's what happened to the Native Land Pod. They got so used to winning. They had 3 good things happen in a row. Bakari Sellers on the show. They clapped at Stephen A. Smith. That kind of went viral for him. People forgot they were alive. Oh my God, she's got a post. That podcast has a post. I forgot they had a damn post. And Stephen A. Smith responded to him. I don't even think he responded because of Bakari, so that's what I'm saying, the Bakari Sellers part. You know, for a minute there, I was thinking, well, you know what? Maybe this is all a setup. Maybe it's a setup, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, Stephen A. Smith don't be responding like that. It take a minute. He said his thing one time. And the brother responded that quickly. Come on now. Just didn't seem right. But okay. I can't say it was a setup. The fix is internet. So when Angela made comments about why is Mark over there slumming it with the dum-dums, sitting over in the couch with the dum-dums who don't respect how smart he is, they can't get it. They can't wrap their brains around big thoughts. I don't know, but they can't figure shit out. He has to dumb down his language, dumb down his thinking to slum it with the goofies. The public school students, you know, the community college dropouts, the GEDs, the good enough diploma have-ins. You know what I'm saying? And Joe let her ass have it. No, he didn't let her have it. He ain't let her have it. He let her ass have it. He let her ass have it. Now, he said something to the effect of, I'll be over here minding my damn business. Why you over here in my business? We don't be worried about what the fuck you got going on, so don't be worried about what the fuck we got going on. Neither one of us seem to be worried about each other. And Mark is over here because Mark needed a place to go, and we gave him a place to go. Black independent media. And why you clapping at the #1 black urban podcast in the country? Putting a stink on our name like that because your guy's over here. And that don't give you the right to run our name in the dirt. Or something like that. You know, Joe real forceful. He real aggressive when he talk. He real aggressive. And it was warranted. It was warranted because the over top of the snidness of the remarks. And you know, Tiffany Cross, I try, man. I try to, you know, I want to like these ladies because they black women, you know, and they're black women with thoughts. And they make it damn hard to be liked. And Tiffany let you know she don't care if you like her. She don't care about nothing. She said Tiffany Cross was so low. She's like, I don't care what nobody ever say about me or say about what we do. I don't care about nobody's thoughts. I don't care about anything about any. Yes, that's good. That's a good way to be a good steward of the black community. That's a way to work with the blacks. I never hear white people say they don't give a shit about white people. What white people think. I never hear, it's like I never hear this. I never hear the type of degrading shit black people say. I tell you, man, we got a class war going on in black America, man. White America got a class war going on too, but they're real quiet about it. They keep it a secret. It's almost like they don't want the poorest to find out. But see, our elites, our intellectuals, they want the whole world to know they got beef. It's almost like they think they untouchable. Yeah, they do that talking down shit, that Obama shit. They let the brokies and the poors know, and the non-educated, the non-degree having. Let them know. You are lucky to breathe the air that I breathe. You are holding back the black race. Yeah, they quickly get Sergeant They quick to do a Sarge on your ass. They do a soldier story Sarge quick as hell, don't they? Angela Rye kind of look about the same complexion as the Sarge, don't she? I don't know, but Adolf Caesar, she did an Adolf Caesar on our ass, her and Tiff. Before I get into ripping them a new one, let me just say it like this. A couple quotes I looked up here that I thought were apt, propos. 1 Corinthians, let's start with the Bible. 1 Corinthians 8. Yeah, I know, right? I know, you're like, what? 1 Corinthians 8, verse 1. Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. Fight me! Fight me! Love builds up, but knowledge puffs up. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. That's a Stephen Hawkins quote. But here goes my favorite, not counting the Bible. My favorite is a Galileo quote. I never met a man so ignorant that I couldn't learn something from him. Yep, never met a man so ignorant that I couldn't learn from him. So anyway, as we go through the rest of this, let that be our benchmark, you know. I also came up with a couple of words I wanted to use for her. Couple words. If I can find it. What's all this? Is this old shit? Yeah, this is old. That's the old stuff. Did I print it out? I may not even printed it out, Johnson. So, or maybe I got it on my phone. Just some little things, you know, feel free to use these if you want to make a point. Here we go. Just coming up with some terms I thought that would be fitting. So in the title here, we call it IntellectulHaterism. 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 And that to me is you're intellectual and you hate. You got your intellectual haterism. And if that's not good enough for you, if that doesn't seal the deal for you, how about smugademia? Instead of academia, smugademia, because they are very smug, very arrogant, very pompous. Smugademia. Then there's elite-splaining. Yeah, elite-splaining. Condescentia. Condescentia. Yeah. Instead of intelligentsia, condescentia. It's kind of hard to say, but it gets there. It gets the point across. Then, of course, there's the ivory towering. They're sitting above us. They stand above us in their ivory towers, looking down at the poors and the brokies. Yep. The path for cocky ignorance to miserable uncertainty. Education is the path from ignorance to cocky uncertainty or miserable uncertainty. From cocky ignorance to miserable uncertainty. So when you know some shit, when you don't know, you get cocky. Dummies are cocky, but smart people are miserable. Because no one's as smart as them. Why doesn't everyone else realize how smart I am, Johnson? Let's be very clear here. Let's be very clear. I'm not one. Marc Lamont is a professor. Angela Rye is not. Tiffany Cross is not. So really, why would he need to come be on your podcast? I mean, if you can't be amongst peers, at least be with people more successful. I'm just saying, if you're going to be with people that aren't your peers, why not be with people that got money? Shit, last time I heard Joe Budden podcast put in like $1 million a damn episode, a month or some shit. Anyway, so, I'm just saying, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know, Marc Lamont Hill was a regular on CNN, and CNN is a ass paper. No, it's an ass paper, real talk. It may be respected amongst a bunch of button-pushing elitists, but to regular people, CNN is garbage. Sometimes I play CNN clips, and I can hear people clicking off my shit as the CNN clip is playing. Just leave it. A lot of times, people only stick around because they're like, okay, what's him going to say about these motherfuckers? That's how little working-class people really respect CNN. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people that don't like CNN anymore. So Mark used to work for a very much suspect organization. So let's not act like that was a good look. Oh God, now he's slumming. Now he was slumming before. He was just more popular. He was on a platform elites like. But that was, to me, that's slumming. Intellectually, maybe not intellectually, but ethically, yeah. He's doing a lot of fucking lying on CNN. They do a lot of lying and caping for powerful people on CNN. At least he doesn't have to do that now. At least he might disagree about who's got the best rap verse in a given duet or whatever the hell, in a rap duo track or whatever, but he ain't got to lie about how corrupt the situation is. He could be true. I don't think he could do that really with y'all on y'all podcast. And like, I'm not saying that Mark is as bold as I am. You know what I'm saying? Or crazy. Where you're going to call out the Democrats and the Republicans at the same damn time and really had nowhere to go. So I'm not saying he's going to go as far as me, but he could go as far as he wants to go because he don't have to go any of those routes anymore. So just the whole premise, Angela Rye's whole premise is that Marc Lamont Hill comes from a better place. He's worked with real intellectuals, and he has something really smart to say, and he's not getting the proper respect he's supposed to get. And I don't think that's true. I think them people at the Joe Budden podcast appreciate him. What we don't appreciate is arrogance. And that's something. We're supposed to all be in the same. We're all suffering the same fate. We're all dealing with the same obstacles as a people, as black people. But some of us always got to separate themselves. I mean, what she's had to say to Mark on that video, she ain't had to say that shit. She could have called him up and told him. So let's stop the illusion that all us working class people are idiots. Cause you ain't say this shit cause you cared about Mark. You ain't say it cause he's your friend. You said it cause you wanted some airtime. You said it cause you were so sick of winning. Cause y'all had a good week. Stephen A responded to y'all. Bakari came on the show. And now what? You got Joe Budden responding to you. But you, I feel like you only said this about Mark. You didn't say it to help Mark. I don't think he'd give a shit. Because if you really cared about Mark, you wouldn't even put him in that situation. You would have hit him up on the back channel. You'd have phoned your boy, text him or something, and be like, let me holler at you. Won't you make a change? Our door is open. We'd love to have you. And if you've already had that conversation, why make it public? So you just doing your CNN thing, which is be messy. And now we got black people going at each other. Joe said he been doing this thing for 20 years. He ain't never said your name out loud. I'm not here to defend Joe Budden. I'm just here to say what it is. Angela Rye, a lot of us are tired of you, not because you so smart, because you're not. I was tired of you crying, the crying game. I don't know why people tolerate you and don't tolerate Van Jones, because y'all both famous for the same shit. Y'all both notorious crybabies. I don't know if we need you in the fight. Big Kamala Harris supporter that you is. Yeah, man. And like, man, I'm trying to be a better version of myself that don't give y'all the business. But I can't help but tell the truth, man. You know, like, I've been meaning to say this, and I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to say it, and I know it's going to be unhelpful, and I can see virtual people running out, no, Tim, no, don't do it. I got to say it. You know, when Mr. Wonderful accidentally touched your arm, and you almost you almost lost your mind because the white man touched your arm or your hand on the show, and you wanted to shit on him in front of the world, yeah. That kind of showed your desperation. That kind of showed your desperation. Yeah. That was petty as a motherfucker. You do know that, right? You know everybody was watching that, right? I don't even want to be in the same room with you. Not because you're so smart and I'm afraid you're going to out-talk me, you're going to out-think me because I don't think you are. Because, see, I'm a simple man, but I say what needs to be said. I'm tactful, and I mean what I say, and I ain't going to start crying and boo-hooing and cry, oh, this person said something, and blah, 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 and try to get the people on you. That's you. That's you. I mean, I was ticked off of Bakari Sellers about some shit that happened 3 years ago, and I never said it on my show, and I talk every day, 4 or 5 times live, 4 or 5 times a week live, for 2 or 3 hours by my damn self. I ain't say shit till like 3 to 4 days ago. But you feel like you had to jump out the gym on some shit that didn't even need to be said. It ain't had nothing to do with you. It didn't have nothing to do with you. So it was all scripted. It was all diabolical is what I'm saying. That's how I came across. You know what I'm saying? You messy. You self-serving. Because if it was about Mark, you would have hollered at Mark. You would have put everybody else in it. And I may not have went and got degrees. I may be a product of Prince George's County public school system. Little community college. Working for a local newspaper here in D.C. But when I was out working with campaigns and out doing real news reporting and out doing real coverage and political work, I never saw y'all motherfuckers. I'm just keeping it real. I never saw none of y'all. Bakari's the only person I ever seen anywhere. I never saw Roland, I never saw you, I never saw Tiff. I never saw anybody in the actual doing shit. When I was at Politicon or if I was at rallies during the 2016, in 2016 when I was in Philly, at the primaries and shit, at the DNC, I ain't seen none of y'all. When 2020, we was out in the streets, I was covering, going to events, when I'm in D.C. or in Maryland, or when I was out at Ben Jealous's, or I was covering the Bernie thing, or I'm at this thing they're doing, I'm at this black organization holding this thing. If it ain't funded by the DNC or the Democratic Party, I don't even see y'all. I don't see y'all. I was just telling my wife this earlier today. I'm like, it's crazy. I'm competing against all these people who ain't never been doing anything. They've just been sitting. If they're not paid, if they're not getting a bag from the DNC, you don't see their asses. If it ain't some highfalutin, put your pinky out, put on a tux, be seen at the Essence or some shit, something, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't, it just seems, and I could be wrong, man. I'm just saying what I haven't seen. And I'm not saying I'll be everywhere. I used to be. Now I'm busy as hell. I'm doing the show six days a week, man. I'm busy as hell. Do all my own editing, do all my own videos, do all my own business, everything. B2B, all that shit. So I'm busy. I'm real super busy. But I mean, back when I could take time to get out, like, I got to go do it. And let business suffer just to be out with people and cover shit personally. So anyway, it just seems kind of crazy that you would be like, yo, Marc Lamont. You know, I go to events and I see the Real News Network, I see TYT, I see me. I ain't seen no Native Pie. Ever. Ever. So what are you talking about? He ain't hanging out with the right people. You the right people? What's the right people for Marc Lamont here to hang out with? He can't hang out with his brothers. He can't kick it with regular brothers. Man, that's a problem that y'all think that way. It's a problem. Y'all think y'all above somebody. You can never get too big. You can never be too big to go home and never be too big to work with the people that made you who you are. And I never wanted that. And the way it's going, don't look like I'm gonna have that problem. Be honest with y'all. I don't look like I've ever had that problem. And that's good, because I don't want that problem. And of course, I'm pretty sure Angela Rye would say she didn't mean it this way and that way and taking her out of context. But come on, man. Is Tiffany Cross capable of giving anybody a compliment? Everything she says is so backhanded and mean. She's just so angry. Why? And that's that all black women are the angry. But it's like Angela, but it's like Tiffany is always pissed off. She's always shitting on people. That's all they do. It's like you're just angry that people are not. It's like you blame people for not wanting to support your podcast. It's like y'all mad that you think you should deserve to be doing better. Man, the market be speaking. The more people know about my show, the better I do. The more people know about your show, you do the same. You'll get a slight uptick from this and it'll go right back to where it was because it's off-putting. It's not interesting. It's not inviting. It is boring. It is lame. It's missing many elements. You could call them cartoonish. I noticed that there are people who are always the smart people. It's always people with the degrees, the smart people, that look down on all the things that make people successful. Because they don't know how to do them. You know, like be funny, be interesting, have charisma. They can do none of that shit. None of it is in their repertoire. So they shit on those things. You can't do it, so it's unnecessary. It's beneath you, because you can't do it. It's like a running thing with intellectuals. I don't know, man. An intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. There's some ideas so absurd that only an intellectual could believe them. That's George Orwell. The intellectual tradition is one of servility to power, Angela Rye. And if I didn't betray it, I'd be ashamed of myself. That's Noam Chomsky. And that's what I'm talking about. There are a lot of intellectuals who have been in service to the powerful. And that would go for most of the bright people that have worked at CNN. They are unscrupulous. It doesn't matter how great you speak of what you're saying don't mean shit. It doesn't matter how eloquent you are if you ain't saying shit. And if you ain't speaking truth to power, it'd be better if you're not smoking at all. There are much worse people to talk about, than you in the native land pod. And I'm not even here to gaslight, like I'm not even on it. I'm just noticing this thing. You were doing well, and then you went too far. You had a winning week, and then you ended it by shooting yourself in the. You shot yourself in the knee. You took your own knee out. That's on you. It's unforced error. Unforced error, uncalled for. I have my disagreements with Marc Lamont here. I do. But this ain't about him. This ain't even about you. It's not even about Angela Rye. It's not even about Joe Budden. It's about these intellectuals. It's about smart people with degrees looking down on working class black Americans. It's about black Americans with a little bit of education, some book sense, but no common sense. Looking down on people that make this shit run. Intellectuals got us Obama. I don't think Harriet Tubman went to any college. That's how I look at it. That's how I see it. All that thinking ability, what? To find better ways to sell us the fuck out. Come up with all types of ingenuity in ways to be a sellout. To get theirs and leave everybody else behind. And have a whole bunch of excuses. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know what y'all think about this segment. So, it goes without saying, I agree with, I do agree with Joe Budden. I'm glad he clapped back. And I think that Angela just went too far. It was unnecessary. It was a bad move. Sometimes you got to leave the casino when you got money in your pocket. Don't go for broke. Just got to learn to leave. Got to learn, got to have a cutoff. Take your winnings and take your ass home. Or crap out. Crap out. Okay, guys, let's get into it. I got a couple videos I'd like to get to for tonight. Tim Black Wolfpack into his house. We are live, it says. I can't see shit. I don't know what's going on, Johnson. I hope everything's good. Nothing scrolling and don't tell me who's watching. I'm on platforms. It says I'm live. I'm just going to leave it alone. Let it keep on counting. We good, family? I see Black Mamba's in the house. Thank you, Black Mamba. I still got my people here in the scrolling, so I guess we're okay. I'm just going to leave it like that. There we go. Some people in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks, Buck. I appreciate it. Because it's usually a little thing telling me how many people watching. I can see that. All right, guys, let's get it going. I got some content. Let's get into the video content. Couple things to react to. That's if everything worked out. Damn. I don't know, fam. At least I thought we did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cross is not likable. No, and it's like she adamantly is upset with anybody, with people. I don't think Tiffany Cross likes black men. Yeah, I think Tiffany Cross does not like brothers. Who knew Tiffany Cross would be so cross? It seems to me like she detests black men. I think she detests men in general, now that I think about it. I don't think she like people. I mean, damn, this shirt is wrinkled like hell. Damn. Come on, man. What a messed up night, Johnson. Looks like I'm gonna be unable to go get my files because it doesn't look like my files will play. I said it doesn't look like my files will play because the network location is down because it went down when the power went out. I rebooted it, but it don't look like it's come up yet. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Yeah, when I said I was having PC network problems, I wasn't playing. It really is not good. Damn. We don't need that. We can just freestyle tonight, right? We can just talk. Can we just have a conversation tonight? Because I'm going to be back tomorrow. I can play the clips tomorrow, right? So make tonight be about the no, because we can talk about no king. Do we really care about the no kings rally? Not care about that? But I can talk about it tomorrow. Is that like Black Americans itching like, oh, I got to hear about no kings? I don't think people care about the No Kings rally. Do y'all care about the No Kings rally? I know I didn't. It was the No Kings rally here in D.C. It said, Tim, you going to see the No Kings rally? I said, no way. No way. No effing way, Johnson. You ain't going to get me at the No Kings rally. Sit my ass right here. Hey. Something's up with her. See, barely a blip. There it is. Look at that. My people, no. No. Oh, somebody said they do care about it. The hell is a No Kings rally? That's white people business right there. Hold on, man. What happened? Where's that comment, man? Yeah, man. Go get a Tim Black mug, guys. Thank you, Black Mom. I appreciate it. Go to timblackmug.com. I stopped promoting them, man. I got tired of saying it. I don't think people care about them, like, You know what I'm saying? Andre in the building. CNN is Fox News with a twist of line. It's something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, I try to tell you, man, I will cover it. I have clips tomorrow. I just say, man, if you didn't hear about it, if you didn't watch it, if you weren't concerned about it, that's okay. I understand. You know what I'm saying? You ain't missed much. Put it that way. Put it that way. What I love is how they try to act like everything is organic. They try to act like things are organic when they're not organic. They try to make like it's the people that came up with this. Nah, it's not. The people didn't, no. It's sponsored by the DNC. Yeah, this is BS. And you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. They want to post up like everybody wants to fight Trump, and maybe some people do, and some people do. If you're a federal worker, I must keep it a buck. If you're a federal worker and you lost your job, you have every right to be very much upset with Donald Trump. That's right. That's right. Be very, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie about that. That's straight up. Ain't nobody, and look, it ain't like you need my permission. You gonna feel the way you feel about that if that's your situation. Then I totally expect you to be highly pissed off. My thing are the people that, they seem to be taking on a persona of being pissed off, And if you start talking to them, they don't even know what they're upset about. They start saying very abstract things. We're losing our democracy. That's a very abstract thing. First of all, it assumes that we had a democracy to lose. That's crazy talk. But I'll tell you pretty plain and simple, for me, it's like, look, if you could go to a rally like No Kings and say, hey, we don't want to be dominated. We don't appreciate that domination shit. Well, I made a list of a couple things. That they've been doing that's been going on before this No Kings rally was put together. They were going on before Donald Trump took office. That made a lot of sense for you to have a No Kings type situation protest. Closed primaries. Only party insiders or registered members can vote, excluding independents. Closed primaries take away people's voting rights. 40% of voters are affected by closed primaries. Superdelegate system. That is the most anti-democratic thing in the world. It's where party elites come and decide who's going to become the primary winner. They override the popular choices of the masses. Superdelegates. They're like superhumans. Party leadership control. Leaders decide committee assignments, who gets funding, and which bills get votes. Party leadership control. Yeah, they're basically the kingmakers in our legislative process. That we don't vote for them, we don't put them there. We don't have any control over it. So isn't that sort of like a monarchy thing? We ain't controlling it. Coordination, not competition. In both parties discourage challenge to incumbents. Both parties they discourage challenges to incumbents. That's not very democratic. That sounds like a monarchy. Then we got people with money. The more money you got, the more you get a democracy, or the more you get to exercise your will. Working class people and poor people, we live under a monarchy all the time. It's called not having money. Because money gives you influence. Just ask the donor class. Donor class has influence. They have undue influence over how our lives run, how do we operate, how we live, by people who didn't do anything except have money, make donations to politicians to sway politicians. That is ruled by elites, right? We got butlers and mega donors. We got corporate lobbyists. A revolving door where politicians become lobbyists and lobbyists become regulators. See, all this is going on. So if the No Kings thing was a legit No Kings thing, they'd have been doing it way before Trump. That's why I find all this shit suspect. I am not saying Trump is not doing shit that is wrong or, come on, man. We can say writing executive orders. Anybody who writes executive orders is doing a form of monarchy. It's legitimately one person deciding how the whole country gonna operate. Right? Right? So that's a monarchy. Well, you can't say, well, Trump's doing a lot of them. Doing any of them would be the same thing. And there were executive orders under Biden and executive orders under Obama, and there was no King's rally. There was no protest. See what I'm saying? So that's why when I hear people talk about it, I say, oh my goodness, this is bullshit. Because You should be complaining about this all along. Inherited power, political dynasties. You ever heard these names? Bush, Clinton, Kennedys, Cheneys. These family names open doors. What does that sound like? Monarchy. Where was your rally? Where was your protest? There's more, but I'm not going to get into the rest of them right now. Electoral College, executive orders, national security, non-compete agreements, corporate personhood, Citizens United, regulatory capture, practical powerlessness. We're practically powerless. To me, that's a form of monarchy. That's being ruled and dominated over. Right? Example. You can't afford to run. The average house seat will cost you $2 million to run for that house seat. That means the average person can't afford to run. Can't afford to lobby. You got no paid off time, no time off with pay to advocate, to go up to Capitol Hill, to be a nuisance, to begin with. You know, when you're seeing these protests, it's the reason why you see a bunch of old people and young people, because they're the only ones that can get off work. The rest of us are working. You see a bunch of retirees and a bunch of kids living at home with their parents, because the rest of us are too busy working to be taking time off to go stand in the middle of the street and hold up a cardboard sign and think we're changing America. Knowing damn well it's somebody with a checkbook that's really changing America. So see, it's all a bunch of nonsense. But look how many people came out. A lot of people showed up. And how? They're not keeping it real. This is partisan nonsense. Is that to say that Trump is above scrutiny? It's not. It's ain't about him. This is that's the whole point. It's bigger than him. It's way bigger than him. It's about the entire system. But if you had a real critique of the entire system, they wouldn't like that. They would not cover that. They want it to be about Orange Man bad. Now, if you had a rally about how our government works, maybe that'd be more interesting. If you had a rally about things that affect all working class people, maybe that'd be more interesting. But that ain't what they want to protest. They want to use this protest against Trump, and that makes it. That's what it makes it. That's what it is, fam. That's what it makes. That's what it does. We got bigger fish to fry, don't we, Johnson? We already have a monarchy. It's called prices. I know where you'll be. I know where I will be. I'll be up here doing this. You think I didn't feel like doing this today. I need to pay bills. I have to keep the mission going. I got to keep this thing happening. I can't just stop. Tim, won't you stop doing things? Hell, man, I was in my ChatGPTs and my Clyde and my other ones. I got a few of those I use, right? And I'm like, I'm really feeling kind of spun out. I'm feeling a little worn out, Johnson. Getting down to the rim. My tires are getting down to the rim, so to speak. Feel like a brother doing all he could do. I'm starting to feel like, I'm tired of looking at my analytics. I'm tired of trying to figure out why this ain't working, why they ain't working, why the audience ain't doing this. I'm just tired. I'm tired of looking at view counts and subscribers. I'm really, fam, I'm trying to tell you. I'm tired of looking at this shit. I don't control none of it. I don't control the algorithm. I ain't gonna control what you see. I ain't gonna control if you liked when you saw it, if you shared it, none of it. I'm not in control of anything. And I'm like, what the hell am I? You know what? I feel like I'm just going to delete. I'll come up here and do my show and delete the apps that make me even see how I did. I don't even want to know how I did. I don't care how I did. I want to know I said what I meant. I meant what I said. I stood on what I said. That's it. I don't need to know how I did. How I performed ain't none of my damn business. If you liked it, ain't none of my damn business. If you didn't like it, ain't none of my damn business. People calling up to tell me, emailing me to tell me, I should have said this, should have said that. None of my damn business. That's like your personal opinion. You're entitled to it. Go make content about it. But see what I'm saying? It's none of my business. And I'm saying all that to say, not that I'm above anything, but we're all trapped in something. And that's what you know. Even when you work for yourself in this shit, you still trapped. You still got this. So I'm like, how am I going to get around it? How can I do this and cover this? And I'm like, fam, the outcomes. We're not in control of the outcomes of anything in this country. We're just not. I want us to be. I'm fighting for us to have more control. I want to be a part of doing my part to make that real because I realize it's a problem. I couldn't just sit back and keep watching black people get kicked in the face all day. I had to feel like, well, I got a platform, I got a mic, I got a passion. Let me express myself. Let me do something about it. But we're all pretty powerless. Yeah, we can affect our everyday lives, and maybe if you're lucky, you can help a couple people close to you. But more than that, you are delusional. Much more than that, you're delusional. Then I say, there's a kicker. Here's the kicker. All the meanwhile, I'm getting older, my children, how much time am I spending with my son? How much time am I spending with my grandbabies? My daughters? How much time am I spending? I'm doing this all the time. My grandbabies wrote me a card today and gave it to me. One is 3 and one is 6, and the card was on, it was so sweet. It was like, we love you, Pop Pop. You know? And God loves you, and we love you, Pop Pop. And it was just such a sweet card, you know. Like, Daddy, you spend more time with them. And it's just, everybody got pressures, man. That's all I'm saying. We all got pressures. And if we want to protest something, we protest, we having paid family leave is so important. We should have so much more of that. I know they recently, a couple years ago, they extended the family paid leave or whatever. But I think about all the families where they barely got time to spend time with their children. They're so busy in this rat race. And it's like, yeah. So we could point at all these things. The fact that your jobs are all consuming. I just want you to know I feel the same pain you got. It look different. It ain't as different as you think. If I don't have a schedule, then this shit's crazy. I got to have a schedule. I may not go to someone's job. Only thing I don't have is the commute. Which sometimes is not good because when you don't commute, you work all the time because you got no excuse. Some working 24/7. So that's what you know. I relate to those people that have jobs because I still see this as a job. I haven't been able to automate it where it kind of run on its own. You know what I'm saying? Where I could just manage it. So we are all in this system. We're trapped in this system. And life should be about more. I think it should be about more than just keeping balls in the air. It should be about more than that. And I think we should all be protesting like the No Kings rally. But who we gonna protest? We gonna protest the same people that make this possible? They keep it going this way? We gonna protest them? Really? It's like going to the, can you imagine going to the mafia and go like, mafia, stop mafia. Stop your mafia. Stop making money. Luca Degrassi swims with the fishes. Yeah, that'd be, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, man, I'm trying to. What's on your mind, Johnson? We got to, you know, I'm happy to be here tonight, man. I'm lucky to be here, considering all the technical difficulties. But I can't get to any of my files, so it's if you bring up the topic, I'll see if I got any. I'll try to respond to the questions. There it is. Yeah. Donna, exactly. I learned that from working from home, I was giving them more hours. Exactly. Absolutely you were. I know I am. Man, I work so much harder now than I did before. Oh, here goes one. Yeah. This shirt is not working, Johnson. Here goes one. Government workers. You ain't gonna like this. Let me tell you something. And this is bad. My last year, government contractor. I didn't even have to go into the office. Trump and them aren't lying about a lot of shit about government contracting. I know some of y'all not going to believe that. But they weren't lying about the waste in federal government. I worked in government contracting, and I benefited from some of that waste back in the day. I don't think things changed that much. But they be billing for people that don't even be going to work. People get no-show contracts. There are people getting paychecks for people that don't even go to work. They on salary, they don't even work. Yeah. You don't think it's true. It's very much true. You think that's just something they say to gaslight people. I can attest to it being real. I did what they told me to do. What I'm going to do? Demand to do something different? That's all I can say. I ain't going to go no further. They might be monitoring me. But it wasn't up to me, man. I put my time. I did what they told me to do. I had my laptop. I had my cell phone. And I was available. Okay? I had my laptop. I had my cell phone. I was available when they told me to be available. That's it. That's all. But I seen others. I seen stuff in the federal government, man. So some of the stuff I know is other. I know there are good people. There are good people that work their ass off who were displaced. And that sucks. That's not good at all. And I would not support that. But I just want you to know, good people, when you were displaced and you were working your ass off and you feel like you were dealt a raw deal, I want you to know there were some other people who were displaced who were not working their asses off, who were sitting there playing cards at work, who were drinking on the job. Hey, man, I'm just keeping it real. Who were going to hotel parties? On the job, Johnson. Federal government. Okay? So I tell everybody, I had real jobs before I started doing this. I had real jobs. I've been around. I lived my whole life in Washington, D.C. area, in the DMV, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, stand up. Government contracting is the hot ticket here in this area. I was always on for a little stretch, I worked at a couple startups, like in the early 2000s. Okay. 2008. Okay, I think there was a period I worked for some startups, couple startups, which were great because it was, I worked for I don't need to give names, but I worked for a couple companies there. You know what I'm saying? That were like young techie type companies. You know what I'm saying? Which were very interesting to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. But the rest of it was all government contracting, and we're talking about 25 years. So yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I seen a lot of stuff, and I'm just keeping it a buck. So I'm not saying the government's got a lot of waste in it. It does. But if you're going after the wrong people, and the wrong people are getting hurt, and even those people that don't work that hard because it's that time to work hard, they may work hard when it's time to work hard. You know what I'm saying? They do their job when it's absolutely required to do their job. And when it's not absolutely required to do their job, they keep their head down and mind their damn business. And everybody's doing the same thing. You can't come in and change the culture of how the shit run. That's what they do. That's how their office runs. You could come in and try to be, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I know it's a couple jobs, couple contracted spots or whatever. I was like, this how y'all do this shit? We ain't going to get in trouble, is we? We going to be okay. You get used to it after a while. But being a federal employee is totally different because they got it so much better than contractors. So contractors can get fired on the spot. We don't have a union. But employees, if contractors were getting off lucky, what do you think employees are doing? You can't just fire an employee of the federal government. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd throw that out there because I hear a lot of people talking about it. I seldom hear this side for people that can say in their experience or what they saw, blah, blah, blah. I very rarely hear that. I just hear the other side of people saying how this is wrong. And I admit it's wrong. I don't want to see nobody lose their job. I don't want to see anybody lose their opportunities or lose their homes or none of that. I don't want to see that. And I do not support that. But there are some people that are complaining about bad things, about losing shit, who weren't working all that damn hard. And I'm just going to be real about that. And they got used to it. Like, if you knew, and some of you guys are in the private sector who are not working in the federal government, if you knew, you'd be mad as shit. Yo, and it's not just federal government. It's a lot of industries like this. I remember, guys, in Detroit, when they first started bringing the robots in, right? Because they got unions, so you could bring in the robotics to automate things, right? So the automation started really kicking in the automotive industries, right? Automations. They got the robotics to do certain tasks. But they had to still employ people because you can't just bring in robots and displace workers. Do you know they had regular people standing there watching the robot work? They had to. They couldn't get rid of them. They had a contract. You can't just bring robots in and replace all the workers. So in some instances, you got people getting paid good money, 6 figures. Not working, looking at the robot work. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot, you missed the spot. Gotta make sure this robot doing his job. You know what I'm saying? It's the time to go already? Must have dozed off. They get off early too. Get off 2:30 in the afternoon. Go take the boat out and go fishing. Everybody got a Ford F-350. Someone got the big boy, the 400 with the double Hemi in the back. Got their own boat rigged up, man. Go fishing in the water by 3:30 with a cooler of cold ones. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes it's America. America be American. We be American. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That union, man, that union to keep you around. There's some bad teachers in America too. We got some teachers that shouldn't be teaching nobody nothing any time of the day at all, ever. Ever. But we can't fire them. Why? Teachers union. Teachers union strong, just like the nurses union. We had nurses that killed people. Couldn't just fire their ass. Had to wait till the body stacked up. Because nurses union. Unions be fighting for their people, man. Oh, man, it's all types of red tape. All types of hoops you got to jump through. Just like cops, the only union y'all hear about is the police union. Because America has decided police are the only group of people that we can hate. We've sort of decided that. Police is the only group it's safe for us to hate. There's corruption other places too. If there are people there, there's corruption. There are fire departments. Sexist and racist than a motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. Who knew? No one talks about that. Bunch of Pat Bet David motherfuckers lying. America's great. You just need to hustle. You need to work harder. I come from Pakistan, and my dad, shut up. Shut up. He worked at a convenience store, and he got the hookup. So shut up. What else was he doing, Pat? What else was he doing? What else was he doing? Little human trafficking? Shut up, Pat. These people that look, they're not keeping it real, Johnson. There's a lot of lying. There's a lot of lying. These people be lying, Johnson. And they can lie to young people because young people don't know anything. Oh, I just need to hustle harder. They have you hustle right into the grave, Johnson. They have you work till you drop. Have you doing coke trying to stay up, trying to work. Hey, your ass a little mouse on the little thing with the little feet running and a little spinning thing. They have you Gary V in it. You see Gary V's little asses? You need to put out 875,000 pieces of content every month. When your dad part of the Russian mob? Why you leave that part out, Gary? Why you leave that part out, Gary? Why did they sell him to the liquor store, Gary? Why? Why, Gary? Why are they selling the liquor store? See, I be knowing stuff, man. It's like you got to be able to see through the bullshit. That's all I'm saying. You got to be able to see through it. People be leaving out big, important things. They leave out some major points that really change things. You're like, wow, look what they were able to accomplish. Moonshine. Like the Kennedys. People are like, oh, Kennedy is such a respectful, it's such a shame. When his dad was shot and his uncle was shot and Kennedy's trying to carry the torch. He come from a family of drug dealers. Moonshine was the crack of its time. What happens to drug dealers? When little Ray Ray and Yum Yum got shot, when nobody saying nothing. Tim Black, you wrong, brother. You wrong, Tim Black. You wrong, brother. Have some respect. Damn it, you're right. Shit. Sorry, got no fucks to give. Lost all my respect. Must have dropped it. God, can't find it anywhere. Although I got a hole in my pants. Lost all respect for you assholes. Can't find my respect for authority. Yeah, fam, I think I'm going to stop looking at the analytics. I think I'll just come out and shock the hell out of people. Say things that really wake them up. Because they're all sleepwalking through life. They're listening to people lie to them, tell them bullshit. You know, like this comedy festival, that's a very good example. Isn't that a very good example, Johnson? We got people upset with comedians for taking a check from the Saudis when America be taking a check from the Saudis. They voted for presidents to take checks from the Saudis, but now you mad at individuals take checks from Saudis. And it's not like they weren't taking checks from the Saudis before. Chris Tucker been there probably 10 times. Yeah, man. It's my spot, man. It's where I always perform, man. Come on, man. Where's my check, Saudi, man? Come on, King. Get my check, King. He been performing in Saudi Arabia since, what's that movie? Blade Runner, some shit he did? That movie with Bruce Willis? Come on, man. Since Rush Hour 4, he been performing in Saudi Arabia. As soon as that money got low, he needed to get out of that tax debt. He was right over there in Saudi Arabia making money. So yeah, you know, America's full of hypocrisy. Hypocritical as hell. That's why I don't pay attention to people. Especially now, white people. Yeah, they are very selective who they gonna give shit to. You know damn well. I mean, they get mad and they get upset. They get upset over little things. And they let big shit slide all day. Look at them now. They up there complaining about the hostages being released in Palestine and all this shit. Fam, we provided the bombs that they blew the schools up with. We're going to hell. I mean, America is. Good thing I'm not America. I'm just Tim Black. But I'm just saying, man, we just not. So what I'm trying to get at is that just like the comedy festival is a great example of people, you know, we got people talking shit who weren't invited. It's just, this is how America is, man. Every topic, you look at it, there is no clear good guy, no clear bad guy. We got guys who didn't go, shitting on people that went, but if they were given a chance to go, they would have went. He gonna make like between $2 million. Ari Spears got $500,000 to do comedy for a week. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Ari Spears. But doing some old ass Jay-Z impressions, and Tony Soprano impressions is not worth $500,000. They gave him $500,000. You damn right Ari Spears went over there. You gonna tell that man not to go? Are you crazy? I mean, are you crazy? Like, I never seen such a... I would have went. I'll tell you right now, I would have went. I would have went over there. I'd do it. There'd be Tim Black show recording live from Saudi Arabia. Actually, I say that now, but I probably would have thought maybe I wouldn't make it back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I have been offered opportunities to go places in the Middle East. And I was like, nah, dog, that's your boy. That's your boy. I would have died in America on a mattress. I would die on my knees in some dank warehouse, a damp, dank warehouse or film. I would have died on a mattress like my dad in the great old United States of America. Is that too much to ask? Heck, if they pay that much, yeah. Look, heck, if they pay that much, I would be on them for not doing it. Biz, the lowest comedian, it was from $350,000 to, was it $2 million? Dog. How could you expect people to turn down that type of money? I mean, you know how it is. You funny today, you might not be so funny tomorrow. You don't know how well. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, but you're a solo operator, right? You don't know how things are going to go the next year or two. You don't have any idea. You might not get a Netflix deal. You might not get an Amazon Prime deal. You might not get this. Who knows where you're going to be? Shoot, I mean, to me, comedians, no matter how much they make, unless you get to the Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle level, you know, you're a working class person. Because if you ain't working, you ain't making money. You got to work to make money. If you don't work, you don't make money. So as long as you're a person who has to work, physically has to do something, you exchange your time for money, to me, that's a working class person. If that's the only way you make money. And, you know, if that's what you live on. I'm not talking about Nancy Pelosi. I'm not talking about Pelosi. Yo. Power Ranger X said he's a comedian as well. I hear you, fam. Shout out to Power Ranger X, man. Good luck with your career, my brother. Feel free to send me jokes. Send me some jokes. Earthquake was at my Dave Chappelle concert, man. I felt bad as hell, forgot to tell y'all that Earthquake was there. So it was, damn. Marshawn. It was the host. It was Donnell Rollins. It was the Clips. It was Earthquake. And then it was Dave Chappelle. Yeah, It's going to give us another roof. Send us some jokes. He kept rubbing his head. All right, damn. I said, God damn. What's going on? Something hit here. Something wrong. I said, around. I said, no, wait around. You know, earthquake. There's nothing but whatever. I said, I'm short. I said, I'm tall. I said, I'm earthquake. Some jokey wokies. I wasn't too bad. I never even tried to be in the vicinity of earthquake voice. What, man? Knock, knock. Who's there? Doors. We don't have no doors. Yo, man. I like earthquake, though. But yeah, man, you can't expect people, we have a capitalistic society. Sometimes you got to remind these people. These people got great ideals about how shit works. And that's why sometimes I be like, man, Tim, you know why these people be doing what they doing. They try to get the bag. I think that when when I'm doing my content and I'm giving Tatum the business, I'm like, all I see is Tatum's football head sitting there going, I gotta get the money. I gotta get this money, Tim Black. I know you're right, but I gotta get the money. Yeah, baby. But some things you gotta say are off limits, Johnson. You can't do everything. You can, but we gonna get to roast your ass when you do it. That's the deal. Damn. That is the deal, Johnson. What time is it? Just 1 o'clock, man. It's early, right? Y'all ain't got to go to work tomorrow. It's not like you got to go to work tomorrow. Come on, man. Hang out with a brother for another hour. Somebody ask a question or something, I'm gonna bow out, man. I got nothing else to come up with. I'm coming up with stuff, but I'm running out. Yeah, they were, fam. They were bootleggers and drug lords. Right. No one talks about it. No one has anything to say. That's right, because they got the complexion for the protection. That's right. I can't stand that. Who, Charles? Goodness gracious. Oh, tough room, man. Damn, Charles. Charles said, I can't stand him. What'd he do? What'd he do, Charles? Type of venom, boy. Venomous. Yeah, Earthquake was on Comedy View. That's true. Yeah. Oh, you ain't see a special on Netflix? Earthquake had a special on Netflix like last year. It was produced by Dave Chappelle. Yeah, it was funny. Look at Daniel. Daniel said, Tim, there's a lot of money at the end of the thing. You know what, Daniel, man? I hear you, man. On the new road you are traveling. I see Candace Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith take it to get that paper, bruh. Man, I can't. I can't, bruh. These Republicans so horrible, man. Daniel, Republicans are horrible, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Fam. Look, I'm going to cover this tomorrow, man, because I was going to cover it today, but now I can't get to the files. How you going to have the, 40-year-old Republicans from ages 18 to 40 in the Young Republicans group, right? This organization, on a group chat, saying the most vile, disgusting, racist, bigoted, horrible, grotesque, anti-Semitic, xenophobic, homophobic, misogynist, like the most horrible shit. Get caught. Get caught. Have it all on the paper. All over the internet. J.D. Vance trying to talk his way out of it. Fam. In the Democratic Party, I'm not saying there aren't racists in the Democratic Party. I'm not saying that. Only a fool would say that. But I think Democrats would have been a lot less likely to be on a public, like in a public chat on their phone, talking like that. It's just different culturally. You understand what I'm saying? They may have thought it in their minds. They may have thought it, they may have thought those things. They may even say it with friends verbally, in person. But to type them out in a group chat setting, in a cloud, with other people all chiming in, I think that's just crazy. Then, when you get caught, Democrats would have thrown them people to the wolves. They would have thrown the people to the wolves, no doubt. That's exactly what would have happened. If you were a Democrat, member of the Democratic Party, Democrat, Young Americans, Young Democratic Americans of America, whatever, right? And they was in a group chat, and they was talking about N-word this, anti-Semitic trope here, Hitler's cool, whatever crazy stuff, right? If they got caught, they would have flambéed them fools right there in front of everybody. They would have lit the place on fire. They would have panels. They would fire. They would do everything to eviscerate. You understand what I'm saying? They would have eviscerated those people. They would not have defended it. Then it was scorched earth on those young people. Right? I guarantee they would have done that. They do that even when you don't say egregious things. Right? So knowing these things about the Republican Party, you can't ignore the blatant, I don't give a damn racism of not just saying the words, but getting caught and then having the vice president be like, I don't see what the big problem is. Sometimes people say things, you know what I'm saying? What did he say? What J.D. Vance say? Hey, sometimes you're talking and what's a few N-words among friends? You guys gonna let that bother you? Oh, come on. It's like the racist on X. Oh, you gonna let words bother you? Oh, let me get it. So you think you called me the N-word 10 times in a row, me calling you white boy is the same thing. Now, you do realize if I called you white boy and you called me black boy, that'd be the same thing. But me calling you white boy and you calling me N-word, it's totally different. They're both words, man. Come on, man. You're going to let words bother you? What about that scene Wesley Snipes and G Money? You're going to let a little thing like words come between us? Come on, man. It's just words. Why are you going to let words control you? Now, man, if it would have been a Democratic Young Americans group that got caught red-handed, they would have thrown them people to the wolves. They would have built a stadium to throw them to the wolves. You understand what I'm saying? They would have publicly thrown them to the wolves. They'd have thrown them to the wolves in slow motion. Hey, wolves! Here goes one. Throw the wolf to the wolves. Bring the next guy up. They would have did them like a scene out of Caligula. It would have been a scene out of Caligula. What's the Aztec movie? Apocalypto. It would have been like a scene of Apocalypto. That's how bad it would have got. It got like Apocalypto, where they chop them up and throw them down the stairs, them long-ass flight of stairs. That would have been the sacrifices made. Democrats would have got rid of people that just like maintain the servers. I'm trying to tell you, so I cannot in good conscience, man, overlook the level of disgusting that the Republican Party is, man. I try not to report on it, but some things got to be reported on. I think, unfortunately, my audience won't be that interested in it, but some things don't matter what my audience is interested in. I got to report on that because it has to be reported on. So whether it gets 5 views or 55,000 views, I got to report on it because, damn. That's how you know we in bad trouble. Because Republicans don't care about black people at all. They willing to sacrifice all the goodwill. They're willing to sacrifice all the inroads Trump tried to make with black people over some people that ain't even elected to office. They had one person who was like a state's rep in like Kentucky or something, Wisconsin or something, I don't know, who was a part of this organization. But they're willing to sacrifice all the goodwill that they built up over the last election cycle, all for these assholes, these local yokels who wanted to be racist in the chat. And instead of saying, hey, these people are just horrible, we disavow, we condemn them in the strongest possible terms imaginable, this is not who we are, they're like, hey, let a player play, man. Come on, man. Stop tripping, man. Come on, man. Don't be so tight. Why are you tripping, man? Just words. Yeah, so I have a problem, man. I can't overlook it. Feel me, fam? Pat Ben David. Pat Ben David. Pat been smoking. Pat been drinking. You know what I'm saying? J.D. Vance lost the election. Gavin Newsom lost as well. Oh, God. What? Black Lotus. Black Lotus. Black Lotus. You okay? People sell their kids. You do realize this, right? Hold on a second. We live in a country where people sell their bodies. People selling their plasma for money. People be selling their kids. Let's find a ring of people selling their kids to perverts. And you said, what? About telling jokes? Well, if you're gonna be a sellout, you know what I'm saying? If it mean that much to you to have money, man. Like, I've been this way. I want to be rich at some point. I do. I would like to have money one day. I probably will never have it because I think too much like you. But I'm not you. You are crazy. You're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to do what you got to do to be on CNN. Not saying they'd have me. CNN ain't going to have nobody say no real shit on CNN. It's not going to happen. They put Roy Wood on that joint. Roy Wood can't even say what's real, and he on the comedy show. That's how bad CNN is, how much they are against truth. Roy Wood Jr. got a show. I don't even know when it come on. And he can't even say the truth, and it's a comedy show. They won't even let you cloak truth in jokes or CNN. That's why they got Abby Phillip up there going, Scott, stop winning, Scott. Scott, stop. Scott, let Van talk. Scott, damn it, Scott. Stop making good points. Stop winning arguments, Scott. This is the last time I'm going to tell you, Scott. Stop winning, Scott. Scott, stop embarrassing Angela. Stop, Scott. Damn it, Scott. Choke yourself, Scott. Put your throat right here, Scott. Choke yourself. I used to like Scott, man, because he would be giving it to the Democrats. But then when Scott started talking about race, it's like, Scott's very white. Oh no, he was like, Charlie Kirk is the savior. And his eyes turned to hearts and shit. Charlie Kirk. He's like, what, his eyeballs turned into like little heart signs and shit. Like, we need to name a bridge after Charlie. And Charlie Kirk was my friend. I was like, oh. Fuck Scott. Go to hell, Scott. Go to hell, Scott. That's what I said. Scott, your face is punchable. I be trying not to say that about you because I used to like your arguments. But disappointing. Oh, he was my friend. Oh, he was my friend, my good friend. Okay. Charlie was my friend. He was a good guy. And when I spent time with Charlie Kirk, I gotta say, okay, Scott. I cancel Scott. Stop winning, Scott. I like my Abby Phillip impersonation. My Abby Phillip impression is pretty spot on. Could you see me coming on an Abby Phillip show? Stop, Tim. Cut his mic. Cut his damn mic. Tim. She sound like a machine gun. Tim. Security. Tim. Stop it, Tim. Tim, I need to make a point that doesn't make sense. Tim, I need you to run out the clock. You're making too many baskets. Tim, someone hit his legs. Hit him low, hit him high. Tim. Knew we should have let you on here. You're worse than Cameron. Remember when Cameron came on the Abby Phillip show? She was stuck like, he's a real black man. I don't know what to do. He doesn't care. Cameron. He was over there. I'm about to go clack some cheeks. She was like, Cameron, please, you're embarrassing me. Cameron, please. Cameron. You got my number? She was, got this horsepower. I'm about to do me and Murder Mace. Go clap. Oh my goodness gracious, Johnson. Too much fun. Too much fun for Abby Phillip. They fired Rachel Maddow, right? Didn't they get rid of her? You see when Joy Reid was upset that Rachel Maddow was getting all the money? Joy, you knew that Rachel was over getting paid a lot more than you. All this time, you weren't saying shit though. Boy, you shouldn't be looking at how much she making. Look what you make. We supposed to be sorry for you because you made $10 million? Oh. More than most black people will make in their entire lives, you made in 1 year. Gaslighting on MSNBC, and we're supposed to feel bad. Oh. Poor Joy. Guess Joy is joyless. Joyless Reed. Man, come on, Johnson. Come on, man. And there's nothing more frustrating than watching black people actually be in their feelings over rich elites who lied to us. They lied to us. Scott Phillip. No, Scott Jennings. Scott Jennings. Scott, no. Not Phil Scott, no. But I am disappointed, though. I am disappointed. I'm glad you brought that up. Who said that? Thomas. Yo, Silas. Philip Scott, man. It's funny. He drank his love potion for the cheeks. Yo, it's funny that you brought that up. I remember when Philip Scott, he's sitting at a table. This is how long I've been doing content, right? Once upon a time, Phil Scott had the Advice Show, and he had it spelt wrong. It should have been the Advice Show, but he spelled it Advice Show. I guess he was like, fuck it, we'll keep it. And he's sitting at a table. And all he did was make content about black women. That's all he did. It's like, I noticed this thing. I don't know when man. But man, I don't know how he was able to transform. That's all I remember. He used to do content about women. And he used to, yeah, that's all he did. He had like a running thing called the Hyenas. Black Hyenas or some shit. It was atrocious, man. But everybody overlooked it. They overlooked that with him. They overlooked the pimp game with Tariq. Like, we just, hey, man, those two brothers showed that you can change your brand. I thought, it was hard as hell for me to change mine. And all I did was go from progressive to just me. That's all I did, went from being progressive to just being me. And people gave me a harder time than they gave brothers who was like ragging on black women like, it's like, damn, really? But hey, man, hey, no disrespect to either one of them, man. They doing fantastic. People say that Tariq's museum is great, and Phil Scott, I guess his numbers speak for themselves. Don't hate. Just be like, yo, they did it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how long I've been around, man. I remember everybody's content back in like 2014, 15. By the time I called into the Tariq show, after I did Dr. Phil, he tried to roast my ass. Remember that? Years ago. Yeah, man. But I think about that time, Tariq was already starting to make a change, though, because I remember he was like, what was he saying? He said, Tariq was like, you gotta, he didn't see the segment. He thought I was roasting a sister on the Dr. Phil show. They wanted me to roast her, but I didn't. So when I went on Dr. Phil, before I went to Dr. Phil, I was in LA, right? Well, I was in LA. I met some brothers in LA, and I was talking to them about going on the Dr. Phil show. And I knew Dr. Phil was setting me up. He wanted me to come on Dr. Phil and roast the sister. And I was like, because I roasted her on my channel. But that was my platform, you know what I'm saying? And they saw the video, it went viral. So I had a viral video, and then CBS called me up and said they wanted me to come to California to do the show, because we're going to do a show about that woman. She was going to be there. And I was like, I wonder what they want me to do. I was like, just be yourself, Tim. Come on, Tim. Be yourself, Tim. Go ahead and be you, Tim. And tell her how you feel, Tim. Don't hold back, Tim. Get her, Tim. I was like, I think he wants me to beat up her sister for all these white people. I ain't gonna do that shit. Oh no. And the brothers I met in California was like, man, yeah, man, don't do that shit. They just want you to be the bad guy. They want you to beat up a sister. I was like, you know what, you're right. And that was my ticket. I knew. I said, you know what? Do it. If I don't do this, it's an opportunity I will be missing. But I had to decide, fam, and I decided not to do it. So when I did the show, Dr. Phil was like, Tim, do you have a few words you like to say to her? I was like, yeah, I do. He said, come on, Tim, speak up, Tim. Say what you mean to say there, Tim. He didn't want to say black. Say Tim Black is important. He wouldn't even say it. Blogger Tim. He didn't want to say Tim Black. Are you motherfucker? It's important to say Tim Black, man. Tim Black at the Tim Black Show. Tim on the Tim Show. Tim on the Tim Show here. Get him, Tim. He was egging me on in live show. Everybody there, the lady there. And I was like, I ain't going to roast her. I asked a couple questions. I spoke. I had time on the show, but I did not rant. I did not degrade. I did not bash her. And Dr. Phil let me know that's not what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to go hard on her. So after I did the show and it came out, I was happy about doing the show. And I called up Tariq's show. And I said, yo, Tariq, glad I got through, man. Hey, I got a couple questions, man. I did the Dr. Phil show, and Tariq started shitting on me. He started shitting on me on the show. I'm like, yo, you did Springer or some shit. They both suck. How you gonna be roasting me? And you did the same. You played a pimp on a show. Then later people was like, Tim, that's how Tariq is, man. He don't let nobody get no shine but him. It's like, oh man, yeah, he just roasted the shit out of me on this show. I got off the phone. I was only on the phone for like 90 seconds tops. That dude talked about me for the next 45 minutes. We had black vlogs writing about it and shit. You see that guy, Tim Black, from the Tim Black Show, Tariq roasted his ass up. He said I said all these things about this woman on Dr. Phil, and I didn't. It's a segment. You can go see it. I did not. But I tell you, man, she wanted me to. The sister wanted me to fry her ass on the Dr. Phil show because that helps her. Man, there's so many things I didn't know. That was the game. This woman did not want to go back to regular life. She wanted to stay in the limelight. Anything that could keep the story going and keep her narrative going would give her more opportunity to build a career. You know what I'm saying? She will, you know, you end up in the limelight, you on TV, you go to court, you win your court case, you get a settlement, you get GoFundMe money, all these things, you on TV. Last thing you want for it to end. You know what I'm saying? You want to build a career out of this. And she wasn't mad at me at all. But I couldn't do it, man. I could not be the bad guy. That's why Charleston White's doing so well, because Charleston White does not care. I could be the bad guy, but I got to feel like it's worthy. I got to feel that what I'm being bad guy about is big enough. It's the right side. You know what I'm saying? I can't just do it because it's a win for me. I got to feel like this is ethical. I got kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife and kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that type of life where I could just be like crazy. Or she know what I'm doing. I'm making money for the family. Nah, it don't work like that when you got, you know what I'm saying, 27-year-old son, you know, went to school, went to college, and you got 16-year-old son looking at everything you do like, what's up, Dad? What you doing, Dad? You know, you got a 13-year-old daughter. Pop. What? You know, because 13-year-old daughters, they got some self-esteem. They look at you like that. They got constant, what? Face. See, constant. What? You know what I'm saying? That shit right there. You don't want your 13-year-old daughter like that. That's lose all respect for your face. Your 13-year-old daughter does that, man, it's over. Well, so now, man, I can't just do anything for money, fam. But I recognize money exists. I recognize I still need it, and I recognize other people need it too. Should you throw the entire black race under the bus for it? No. But if you're going to go perform in Saudi Arabia, a country we still trade with, I don't see that the same way, man. I feel like if I'd have went in on that sister, Shanisha, that was her name. If I'd have went hard on her for Dr. Phil, it was one thing if I go hard on a sister on my show or my video. That's one thing. But if I go to your studio and we filming it, it's on your platform, and you want me to roast this sister, that don't feel right, John. I feel like, what? Now, she, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because she did something stupid? Nah. Anyway, most of y'all, well, people that been here for a while, y'all heard that story. But that was the first time I've been on a plane, Johnson, was going to the Dr. Phil show. That's a good way to get started, man. Get on a plane for the first time. Somebody else paid for it. That was nice. Plane. I'm on a plane. I'm going to Cali. I almost got shot by some gangbangers because I didn't know what colors to wear. Somebody had to help my ass out. Hey, dummy, take that hat off. You don't want to wear that, bruh. Old school. Nah, old school. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. We don't do that here. Old school. Take the hat off. Lose the hat. For you be dead school. I ain't gonna tell you twice. Player. Bruce face. I ain't gonna tell you twice, player. You gonna be gone, player. Oh, Lord. Well, look, guys. Yeah, man, I'm principal bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I could be a bad, but I gotta feel like you earned the ass whooping. It ain't no fun if it's like I'm gonna feel bad later. Yeah, man. I gotta feel like if I give you the beat down, you know what I'm saying? It has to be earned. I can't just do it because it's gonna be a win for me. Nah, man. Yeah. Ethically, I gotta feel like, okay, I can sleep with this. You know what I'm saying? I got too many kids, man. I got too many people looking at me, man. Can't do it. Then I got my mom, 81. She be on Facebook. Tim, I saw you on Facebook, baby. I saw you up there. You look good. Why you say those things about such and such? You was really getting on her, Tim. You got your will. Is your will paid up? Just saying, Tim, because you be talking really tough. Just you know, the kids need you around, Tim. She said that a lot when Hillary was running. Tim, you was going after Hillary. You got your insurance paid up. You got your insurance paid up. I'm just saying. Make sure you go. I'm just saying. Just in case. I ain't lying. I'm being real. Well, look, guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show tonight. This show has been fun. It also will only be live. Well, it will be available to the public only for the next 48 hours. After that, it goes private, and it will be available only for paid members of the Tim Black Wolfpack. We got to start giving something for the Tim Black Wolfpack. So I thank y'all. Become a member. Go to jointimblack.com. That's the news. That's the new way we do things. After 48 hours, live streams go private. There they go. Members only. Members only. That's what. So it's a perk. It's not a restriction. It's a perk for people that pay. I got to give them something. They be supporting this show. I got to support them. So that's it. That's all I got, man. Be here tomorrow. Tomorrow we cover real news. We're back to the regular news. Got a couple stories I'd like to get to that I wasn't able to get to tonight. I want to give a big shout out to my moderators for moderating. Because it's time for the moderator. It's time for the moderator. It's time for the moderator. I know some people don't know what that is. That's Baltimore dance music, house music. Time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. What else was there? I think that's it. Thank you to my moderators, Black Mamba, Ebony, and Buck Bewley for being here and moderating. I want to thank all my 10 Black Wolfpack members for doing what you do. Without you, wouldn't be no show, so thank you for supporting this show. Go to jointimblack.com. Go to jointimblack.com. Starting at only $5 a month. $5 a month. Become a member. I think that's a reasonable price. I think it's a good price. Tired of winning. You're going to get so tired of winning. You're going to be doing so much winning. You're just going to win. You're going to be tired of winning. Keep winning all the time. You're going to be winning all the time. That's all I got, fam. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, don't let anybody take your cornbread, Johnson. Don't let anybody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread, fam. Now take that cornbread, take the cornbread, take some butter, melt you a stick of butter, add in some honey, and some, what else is honey? Is it cinnamon? A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of honey. Yeah, there you go. And don't melt the butter all the way. Just make it soft so it becomes gooey. Then you put it on that hot. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, Lord Jesus. Diabetes. What you want to do, you want to live forever anyway. Why you want to live forever? You don't want to live forever. You don't live forever. Gotta go with some butter on your cornbread, Johnson. That's all I got, fam. I love y'all. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Peace and soul. Everybody got a reasons why they do what they do. My reasons are few, but big. Where are my ladies? I said, where are my ladies? Oh, there they go.